Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. Last episode we completed the best dungeon in the game, the Dark Rift, in this area. In this episode, we're going to complete what arguably may not be the best area of the game, but it is certainly one of my favorites, Yafutoma, or at least we're going to start with the exploration side of it. Well, I can't believe that we're actually going to be able to see what lies east of the Dark Rift. We're making history as we speak. Alright. So there's a considerable handful of discoveries here. And let's see, I have to remember. And this is certainly where I'm going to be pulling up the discoveries map. Alright. Alright. And we kind of saw this thing alluded to back in the purple region. This is the Jollycraw. This is actually the weaker version of the two, despite the fact the other one's accessible sooner. And this is a Grost. Obviously just a continuation of the Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, it might be here? Maybe? Alright. Actually, I'm going to keep that map up. Make my life easier. I think that might be the island I'm looking for. I think it's this one, but okay. Okay, that would make sense. This is the Uguisu's nest. Bleh. Although this bird builds its nests in rock faces, for some reason they always travel northwards to human civilizations to raise their young. That is why sailors have learned to recognize these nests as signs that a human city is nearby. I'll go ahead and tell you these guys are a little off the mark. Alright. Now, the next discovery isn't actually far from here. And despite its immense size, it actually can only be accessed in certain areas. You have found the Guardian Walls, and yes, in case this was obvious, this is very blatantly based off the Great Wall of China. Its benefits in a land of floating islands is debatable, but a massive fortress built by an ancient Yafutoman king, rather than as a form of defense. These walls were said to have been built so that the lookouts could spot enemy ships before they got too close to the city they were trying to defend. Which, that makes sense contextually. Alright, here. Now the next one. And, let's see. Alright. Now this one's a little tricky to find because I can't remember if it's attached to an island. Oh. Well, before we get to this discovery. Hey, do you hear anything? I mean, besides the wind? Now that you mention it, I can hear something. I'm not sure what it is. What the? They just came out of nowhere and attacked us. It looks like we were going to have to take them down. Battle stations, let's go! And this is a Tenko ship. Unlike your primitive ship, our vessel could fly at high altitudes. Behold the power of the East. How do they know they're East if they're isolated? Now, admittedly, the one thing that's difficult about this is these guys will go up and down a lot, so there is a chance that you won't hit them. Admittedly, this would have been a great reason to equip torpedoes, but These ships are kind of flimsy, so I'm not too stressed about it. It appears that Yafutoma ships can climb to great altitudes. Our cannons can't reach them. But I'll bet that our torpedoes can. Yep. I did not plan this well. Thankfully, and even if your torpedoes can't hit them well, your cannons will inevitably hit them every so often, so just keep the pressure on them. What appears to be the enemy's flagship is approaching.
Wow.
There are 2 boats. No, 1 boat. No, there's 2. I think. Looks like they're planning to board us. All hands on deck. Alright, well, it's kind of funny. We get to go out of our way to go approach our unwelcome guests. Alright, here. Westerners, we've been waiting for you. Who are you? I am Para. And this is Dox. Oh, my bad. My name is Zhao. My name is Mao. It is our mission to collect 1,000 swords. So, you must pick one of 2 choices. Surrender and give up your weapons, or die and we take your weapons. It is up to you to decide your fate. No, I'll surrender. No, just kidding. How about we kick your butts and toss you overboard? Besides, you guys are unarmed. What can you possibly do to us? If that is your decision, then we must kill you now. Alright, this is Zhao and Mao. They are deceptively easier than they look. Actually, I'm going to focus with Fina. Okay, just kick the young lady in the face, why don't you?
Let's try this.
Feel bad for these 2 who are busy yelling the robot block's death scream every time they get smacked. I'm sorry, I can't help. Not quite as hilarious as Ramirez just randomly up and saying die while carting his soldiers off to guard the walls, but that is definitely funnier now than it probably was when the game was first made. I don't know if I saw it, but because I think I've already taken down Zhao. But Zhao has a thing where he basically throws shuriken at you and then says, "This is time for you to die." I don't know if I missed it. No, Enrique. You helping us not get insta-killed by being kicked in the face was completely useless. Westerners! You are stronger than we thought. We must report this to our commander. We rule the skies of Yafutoma, and we are known as Tinko. Westerners, we shall meet again. Man, such chads. Walks in, starts some crap, refuses to elaborate, leaves. How? How can they fly so high? Blue moonstones hold the power of wind and water. The Yafutoman ships are powered by these stones. By harnessing the power of the wind, their ships can reach altitudes that we can only imagine. Well, looks like we chased them all for now. We should try and find Yafutoma. Alright, there we go. And it was right next to where they decided they want to throw hands with us. You have found the Spice Island. A small remote island where a pure spring nurtures a wide variety of herbs and spices. The water in spring has medicinal value due to the abundant herbs nearby. Perhaps this beautiful garden is the true fountain of youth, and an entire intergalactic war involving sandworms will be waged over this place. Wow, there are so many herbs and spices growing here. I've never seen so many in one place before. It's amazing. This place is truly a treasure island. But we really shouldn't disturb the island too much. Yeah, I suppose that if we took too many of the seeds and stuff that the trees might not be able to grow back. But I'm sure it would be okay just to take a little bit, right, Vice? I swear, Aka, You and your just a little bit. Alright. We'll take something with us. Okay, if this is where kale has been growing, how has it been so abundant in Nasser? Alright. Let's see. I think... Alright. One of these discoveries is about to force itself on us, if I'm remembering this right. Yep. It's just automatically the story's going to give it to us. So I'm just going to kind of start meandering about. Alright. And if we hug this wall right here, we'll find the Yafutoma. Ancient legends speak of Yafutoma as a mythical land of the east, covered in gold and populated by a proud, polite people. Cut off from the world by dangerous currents, it has developed a distinctive culture, first discovered by Vice, the Blue Road. We'll debate first, but, you know. Actually, I do want to talk about that more extensively. So obviously this is based off of Asia Major as a whole, heavily deriving its inspiration from China and Japan, particularly. I'll get this, the Deers. Once upon a time, there was a gentle creature called the Deers that lived in the forest. The villagers believed that getting kicked in the Deers would make them rich, so they chased them around until he ran away. A Yafutoman fairy tale. Make their doctor rich, I'm sure. Or their coroner, not sure which. Okay, what is it with these go loopers? These just singular go loopers just getting the jump on me. This is if I had a nickel for every time a go looper got a first strike against me, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Okay, so... Oh my gosh, that is lucky. These things are normally ridiculously hard to find. But the best way to do it is just to hang near the northern end of this volcano here. You have found the Wanderbirds. The Wanderbirds are large migratory birds from the far north, revered since ancient times as symbols of long life. Their cry is rarely ever heard, but the clarity and beauty of their song is said to put all of the birds to shame. Fortunately, the next couple ones are actually going to be extraordinarily tricky to find, and frankly, I'm going to have mad good RNG if I do. Alright, let's see if I can find it. I usually can't this early on. Almost always find it on the return trip, so I will save it for a minute. But there is a movie discovery. It is discovery number 55 for those curious. And so when you're looking at the little image, you can kind of look at the path it takes. that I always provide in the which there's a point where we will run out of discoveries. I'll probably still keep uploading it back to the fact, because maybe like some of you just have some rough luck finding them during that point in Let's Play, so I'll keep it up for those curious. Alright. Alright, so we want to head about as far northeast as we can here. You can go into this hut. I don't think the need will be there. Though sometimes if you go in and out of a building, it can reset mobile discoveries. So if you're having a hard time finding one, sometimes finding a place nearby that can you can duck in and out of that's close by to where it would spawn is not a bad idea. Most speedrunners would just reset the game, but if I'm not willing to do that to keep from dying, I ain't doing that to try to get a discovery to spawn in the right location. Alright. Keep heading about north-northeast here. I just want to make sure I don't... Sorry, there's about 50 billion things that'll set my sinuses off. Cheese of which is one of them. Maybe this right here? I don't think so. Alright. Let's see here. I don't think it's this. Hold on, there is actually a way to find it, so I'm gonna go back to that little hut. Give me a moment. So if you kind of take this hut as a metric and you just head straight north, I believe, you should inevitably run into it. Just kind of keep tapping A. It's moderately close to the Dark Rift. All of a sudden I'm regretting selling that white map. There we go. The inverse aisle. A strange island where the trees and everything else are upside down. The current theory is that this confusing phenomenon may be caused by a flux in the gravitational pull, caused by the presence of the black moonstones at the center of the Dark Rift. But just that one particular island. Oh. It's a money group. I might actually include the black map in this case. Oh, thank you for getting more friends out. Alright, here. Now another discovery. If we kind of follow the black rift, the dark rift here. And we should see, soon enough, it's not too terribly far off. Okay, it's supposed to be right about here. Yep, nope. It is somewhere around here. There we go, the Mystic Orchard. Once upon a time, there was a faraway island where jeweled fruit grew on trees. A young man took one of the fruits to cure his sick mother, but in return had to come back to this island because of one of the magical trees. A Yafutoma fairy tale. A lot of those. A lot of those. Alright, here. Now we're going to kind of go... Let's try to return over to... Alright, here. Now we want to return to... the gentleman here, and he is going to be a potential crew member, but you can't acquire him now, is Ryukan. You need to have at least a specific swashbuckler rating, which we should have by the end of Yafutoma, to get him. I believe it has to be the one directly above dashing, so our swashbuckler rating isn't high enough, but even if we didn't have it that high, the reality is that if we did have it that high or higher, you won't be able to access him until after you complete Yafutoma, so just kind of keep as is. Alright, now let's see if I can get some really good RNG here, or really good timing more precisely, and find... This thing isn't actually... It doesn't have a... It's a small, but it's slow, but it does have a bit of a weird path. Those who played know exactly what it is I'm looking for. Okay. It usually likes to hover not too far off on this island. Good lord, I don't still have the black map on, do I? Like, I'm not picky, but crap. I'll say this, if you decide to go discovery hunting first time you set foot in Yafutoma, you're going to have plenty of level ups. Alright. I'm going to double check I'm too far from its typical path, I believe. Alright, one thing I think I could do. I remember finding it, so we aren't going to go into this gentleman's island. We're going to talk to him real quick. Oh, good lord. I mean, I probably could use Delta Shield, but... Alright. So, we want to go over this direction. We'll go ahead and talk to him. It's a little early, but... I don't know who you people are, but to this old man you are nothing but a nuisance. I refuse to talk to anyone except he who is brave and daring. Now please, let me live out the remainder of my years in quiet peace. Looks like our swashbuckler rating might be high, because it looks like as long as you are daring or higher. But as you can tell, we're kind of story locked out of it. I've literally come in here as King of the Rogues and Battle Lord even, and managed to not be worth his time. Let's see if I can get it to spawn a little better now. It's weird. It's almost like every time I find it, I just kind of stumble into it. Oh wait, that's it. You can barely tell it off the distance. No, you're not fighting the Discovery. Just having some horribly timed random encounters. Alright. This is the Ryugu turtle. Once upon a time, an old man rescued a turtle who was being picked up on by the neighborhood children. Thanking the old man, the turtle offered to give the old man a ride on his back. So into the sky they flew, to a faraway land, a Yafutoma legend. Alright. Now, we want to actually... Next thing we want to do to find the, next discovery is head east. Run into a random encounter. And kind of line yourself up with this little barrier right here. And just kind of keep going south along this rock area. And get down far south enough, you'll see an area that looks a little grassy compared to Yafutoma's normal aesthetic. So just keep going down here. Forget that Slipara is blue magic, so naturally the Blue Looper would prefer that. Alright, and this patch of grass, it almost looks like it'd be right at home in Ixataka that you want to look for. Should be roughly about here somewhere. Or maybe it's actually on the trees. There we go. The Grieving Prince, which looks even further like Ixatakan architecture. A statue of an ancient prince who lost his wife at a sailing accident and spent his life gazing up at the skies. on a full moon, it is said that a single tear from the prince's eyes falls from the prince's eyes as he watches the ship passes. All right, and with that, I've actually we could keep going, but this episode's dragging on a little bit as is. So I'm actually going to stop, and we're going to pick up back at Yafutoma proper, the Yafutoma, in the next episode. Until then, you guys have a wonderful day.